Okay, let's dive right in. We're talking about a pretty huge shift that's happening inside the most successful CPA firms right now. It's all about redesigning how they actually work from the ground up so they can handle growth without, well, breaking. So if your firm is starting to feel the pressure that comes with success, this is definitely for you.
And this really is the heart of the matter, isn't it? It's that feeling when something that should be a win, more clients, more revenue, suddenly starts to feel like a massive weight. The whole system starts to creak and you can just feel the strain on your team. It's a strange paradox that so many firm owners are dealing with.
Now, this slide just lays out the core conflict perfectly. On one side, you've got client expectations, which are just going through the roof. They don't just want their taxes done anymore, right? They want proactive advice, and they want it now. But then you look at the other side, the firm's reality. It's incredibly hard to find good people, costs are climbing, and your best team members are on the verge of burnout. That divide, that's where the old way of doing things just falls apart. So let's get a little more specific. What does the strain actually look and feel like day to day? What are those red flags that tell you your firm's success is starting to outpace its own systems?
I mean, just look at this list. Does any of it sound painfully familiar? Longer hours just become the default, especially during busy season. You're stuck in this never-ending cycle of hiring and training. And maybe the most dangerous symptom of all, you, the partner, are spending way less time on high-level client strategy because you're just stuck in the weeds putting out fires. That isn't sustainable growth. It's just getting bigger and more exhausted.
So how are the smartest firms getting out of this trap? Well, they're changing their entire approach. They're embracing a new, modern operating model that lets them work smarter. And this is not about cutting corners. It's about being strategic about where the work actually gets done. And let's be super clear here. We are not talking about the kind of outsourcing people did 15 years ago. That old way was a total gamble. You'd basically just throw work over a wall and pray it came back okay. Today's model, it's a completely different world. This is about building a dedicated, fully integrated offshore team that acts like a real extension of your firm, using your tools and your exact processes. You know, the term strategic outsourcing is really important. This isn't just about shuffling tasks around to save a few dollars. It is a strategic decision to point your most valuable, experienced people away from the repetitive stuff and aim them directly at high-value client work, because that's where the real profit and growth come from. Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the how. We're going to take a peek inside this new operating system to see how it works in the real world. This is the question everybody asks, right? It all sounds great on paper, but what kind of work are we really talking about here? What tasks are a good fit for this kind of model? This right here, this is the sweet spot. We're talking about all that foundational, time-sucking, but absolutely vital work. Things like bookkeeping, reconciliations, payroll, getting everything prepped for financial statements. These are process-heavy tasks that a specialized team can handle with incredible efficiency, which in turn frees up your local team for the important review and client-facing strategy. And you might be wondering, why India? Well, it's not by accident. There's a huge pool of talent there with top-notch accounting degrees and, most importantly, a deep understanding of US GAAP and IRS rules. Plus, the time zone difference is actually a huge strategic plus. Your US team can send work over at 5 p.m. and have it sitting in their inbox ready for review the next morning. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. This is the number one fear, and it's a completely fair question. As a firm owner, you've spent years, maybe decades, perfecting your way of doing things. The thought of handing that over to someone else can be pretty terrifying. But here's the thing. A good model is built from the ground up to address this exact concern. Here's exactly how you stay in the driver's seat. It all starts by documenting your workflows, which the offshore team follows to the letter. You control everything through secure data protocols, you have dedicated teams and daily or weekly check-ins, so it feels like they're just down the hall. And finally, quality review is baked right into the process. See, it's not about losing control, it's about gaining predictability. Now, as great as efficiency is, the real return on investment here, it goes so far beyond just the money you save. It fundamentally changes the kind of value you can actually deliver to your clients. Your clients may never even know that you've changed how your back office runs, and honestly, they don't care. What they will notice is that their reports are cleaner, their questions get answered faster, and most importantly, you suddenly have more time for those big picture strategic talks that they can't get anywhere else.
That's how you build rock-solid relationships. All right, let's do some rapid-fire myth busting. Myth number 1, outsourcing means lower quality. The reality, it's often the exact opposite. When you have specialists who are laser-focused on these core tasks, following a tight process every single time, quality and consistency almost always go up.
Myth number 2, communication becomes a total nightmare. Again, not with a modern model. With dedicated teams, regular video calls, and shared project management tools, communication actually becomes more structured and deliberate, and that often leads to better clarity and accountability for everybody.
And last big myth, this is a game only for the huge firms. Actually, small and mid-sized firms often see the biggest benefits. Why? Because this model gives them access to a scalable, expert team without the massive overhead of hiring locally. It lets them punch way above their weight. So when you boil it all down, it comes to this. It's a choice to work smarter, not just put in more hours. It's about consciously building a firm that is resilient, efficient, and truly designed for what's coming next in this industry. This is the transformation we're really talking about. You go from a state of being constantly strained to one where you are truly strategic. You slash burnout for your key people, you improve the quality and speed of your work, you finally free yourself up for the advisory stuff that you actually love to do. And that is how you get to profitable, sustainable growth. And that's really the big idea to take away from all of this. The goal isn't to stop growing. Of course not. It's to stop letting that growth completely exhaust you and your firm. The answer isn't just to work harder. It's to build a smarter, more strategic engine to power your future.